Warning, Shut Up Let's Talk contains some rad but heavy language and adult themes and may not be suitable for audiences under 18. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, what? You saw that intro? Yeah, my dog got an intro.
What up, people?
KO.
Shut Up Let's Talk episode, I don't know which one. It's been a really long time.
Episode number one.
Episode number one of the rebirth of Shut Up Let's Talk. It's been years.
Yeah.
And
what's up, man? I've always been a fan.
Thank you, man. Tonight we're joined by Gino Cortazar, aka
SIGMA.G, bro.
SIGMA.G.
Yeah, my name is Gino Cortazar, aka SIGMA.G. You know what I'm saying? I just actually recently got that name because I always went by Gino Cortazar. So it's pretty funny. I was actually walking with my cousin, right? I went up north for a second, and I was with my cousin Martin. Shout out to Martin. Love you. And we're walking, and there's this artist here in Miami I fucking love. His name is Alpha Zulu, right?
Nice.
Shout out Alpha Zulu, yo, definitely, he's fire, right? And I was like, bro, you know what, man? I feel a little intimidated with the fact that his name is Alpha. Right?
Oh, so it's like he already has an understanding of where he's at.
Yeah. And I in my life, you know what I'm saying? If I know anybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm always like trying to be the better, or whatever the case is.
Sure.
I'm very vulnerable, so I always tell everybody how I feel,
Right.
So I talk to my cousin. I'm like, yo, man, we're walking. And I'm like, yo. So I'm telling him, like, yo, I feel weird about this, like, feel kind of like, And he's like, well, there's way higher sources. He's like, the highest source is Sigma.
Oh.
And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, you should call yourself SIGMA.G. Now,
this is really ironic because today I opened up Google.
Yeah.
And I got a recommended link. It said, what happened to Sigma 6?
Who is that?
Sigma 6 is like a thing that they use in corporate world to train their employees and stuff. They like, but it's just ironic that this leads us to today's conversation.
It's not ironic, man. No coincidences.
Yeah, right. Hey, yeah. But so SIGMA.G, man. So the highest level.
The highest level, yeah. It's like a rebirth. I had to learn how to separate Gino Cortazar from the artist that I am. Because I mixed it so much that I ruined a lot of relationships. I ruined a lot of things with a lot of people, just because I was so, always trying to, not trying, just being my artist, you know what I'm saying? And, and I learned that, it's better if I could just separate that, you know what I'm saying? And like if I could separate
like on and off, like a performance thing. Yeah, not performance, but you know what I mean.
It's hard. It's tough to say, you know what I'm saying?
It's who your inner being, but you're just kind of like.
And plus, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I've had other nicknames. They've named me fucking Genghis, Genghis. What was the other one? I mean, bro, Crazy G. You know what I'm saying? I had a bunch of blood members in the studio once, and they were like, yo, you were crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, you Crazy G. And I was like, all right, whatever, bro. I don't give a whatever. Anyways, but the point is, it's Gino Cortazar, SIGMA.G. You know what I'm saying?
SIGMA.G. I love it, man. It's great, and it's a great name that looks good on album art. Looks good on the stream, which is good. You want that, Sometimes like in the metal world, I know we met a long time ago through metal.
Yeah, we met through vibes.
We met through
vibes, and it just so happened that we enjoyed metal. You know what I'm saying?
That was the phase we were at in our life at the time, right?
Yeah, at the time.
We met at we were like 15, 16 back in the day.
I want to say we were like 15. Yeah, 15 years.
And those were good times, man. Just kind of
no bills.
No bills. It was at that time. It was seeing your parents stress over the bills.
Yeah, no facts. Definitely. I will say this though. Shout out to my homeboy Nicholas Ramos, aka Nicholas Danger Ramos. All right. Yeah. Lord Farquaad. Anyways, me and him, we grew up together skateboarding. I was sponsored by my skate shop when I was a jit.
Nice.
13 years old.
What was your best trick?
My best trick, nollie tray over like fucking stairs and shit, you know.
Sick.
It was just easy for me. I know I'm heavy right now. It looks like I would never do that, but yeah, I was skinny once. Hey, it is what it is. But the point is,
right? Like, hell yeah.
the point is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was always, you know, I was always trying to just outdo everybody, you know what I'm saying? So my boy, you know, Nick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Him and I used to skateboard, and we used to go all over Miami Lakes, Main Street, all these places. HML, you know, the stairs at HML, like, you know what I'm saying?
Our local hotspots.
Yeah. You know, shout out Dade County. Shout out 305, bro, because I'm big on my fucking place.
67th Avenue, there was like this road that just stretched out, and that's where a lot of the fun could be found.
Yeah, definitely. That's where the Pollo Tropical is. You know?
Yeah.
But you know,
it was a good time. It was a really good time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's still great. It's gonna be better times. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But you know, with Nick, him and I, you know, my mother worked so hard to maintain me and my little brother, and shout out to my mother. I love you so much. You're my everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I adore my mother. You know what I'm saying? She really is my fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for her, I really wouldn't have the character that I have.
You know, behind a lot of successful musicians is always a supportive mother for some reason.
I mean, because we need it. It's Mother Earth, you know?
Because they understand the vibe, you know? Because
they just, you know what, that we came out of them.
Are we going to get canceled for saying that women receive music differently?
No.
I think it's true.
I think it's true because women listen to it deeper.
I think so.
And then, you know, like, I'm like, for example, I have so many, I'm very versatile.
Yeah.
Like, that's my number one thing. It's always been my thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could do every style of music, you know what I'm saying? And make it fire, you know?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You know, so when it comes down to women, they like to hear my soft songs.
Well,
like my she's my baby mama. Like, you know, shout out to my baby mama, John. You know, I don't want to say her name, but you know, I love her to death. Absolutely. She's the best mom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know, I'll show her a song, and she's just like, ugh, I hate it. That shit sucked. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll show her the next one. She's like, I love that one. You know,
okay, cool.
But it's, you know, that's why I make music for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. And
you trust her opinion, which is really nice.
Yeah,
like, and that's a missing link, people. Like, if you're, you know, looking for somebody that is meant for you, you got to trust their opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
doesn't mean you have to agree with everything.
Yeah, no, does not mean.
I'm just saying you trust them with like saying, "What do you think of this?" You know.
Yeah, definitely.
And that means something to you.
100%.
That's really good.
No, yeah, you know, the love is infinite. Mm-hmm. You know, when you know how to love, at least, you know.
It's fantastic.
And you know, sometimes you forget how to love, but you know, you'll remember. But anyways, yeah.
Well, love reminds you.
You're telling me, bro.
You know, and then man. Well, it was so fun times growing up. I remember we used to go to the music store a lot.
Yeah. He used to take over.
Guitar players.
Yeah, definitely.
What was your favorite guitar to play? Real quick.
Ibanez, right behind you.
For the guitar geeks.
Right behind you. This Ibanez right here.
It's probably out of frame.
Joe is Satriani, no?
No, this one is just. It's a Ibanez 770.
Okay, but you know the one with the handle.
Oh yeah, that's the gym. It looks
just like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's based off of that model.
Yeah. Okay. So that one, that was like where Steve Vai plays For the Love of God. Mm-hmm, you know what I'm saying? Like. That guitar was my number one, like, you know. I actually had a Ibanez Gio, right, which was the cheapest guitar, you know what I'm saying, for Ibanez.
People used to look down on.
Yeah, but this guy that, you know, I worked with at a Subway when I was like legit, he was like, you know, I'll change your pickups, and he gave me
cool.
He gave me Seymour Duncans for free.
Oh, it's so dope. What an OG. Yeah. See, you need people like that in your life.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. My bad, I forgot your name, but
I
remember you. And
just today, I was talking to my mom, and I was having a conversation with her, and I literally told her it ended up in the same thing. It doesn't matter who you are; it's what you do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Because that's what's felt. You know, and that's what resonates.
Oh,
the doors open.
You see, that's the spirits right there.
Yeah, right.
They just walked in.
Right.
Come on.
Sometimes a cat will barge in.
That's all good.
But
it's all good.
Yeah, man. So that's awesome. So he gave you these guitar pickups, and you upgraded your guitar.
Yeah, we upgraded it. I mean, you know, either way, like I was always sounding lit. You know what I'm saying? Because I just like my distortion, like I just cranked it, but I also really knew how to get the sound I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
You had the ear for the equalization.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really bad at this technological. All that. I'm not the greatest. You know what I'm saying?
But you follow your ear, which is important.
Yeah, I follow my heart, my spirit. You know.
There you go.
Yeah,
you
can't not hear it.
Yeah. That's extremely important.
Real shit.
And man, and being at that music shop is really a good time, because these days I go to those shops and things are just kind of different, because you don't really see.
Yeah,
half of it's empty.
Nobody got balls anymore.
Well, there's that, but I mean, half the shop is empty because post pandemic and all this kind of stuff. It's like it's a different vibe. But back then, I'm glad that we grew up together like that. Yeah. The music surge was strong, especially in our area.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It breeds.
Shout out Farfeet, Gerald. Shout out motherfucking Adrian Gonzalez. Hey. They used to work there. Fucking, from work.
A lot of great people.
All types of people, man.
Yeah, man.
I love all my people.
Absolutely, bro. And
without my people, I'm nothing, bro. I'll be alone. I already feel alone. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the times, in the sense of like, I grew up my whole life until I was 9 years old. I actually asked my mom. I was like, hey, I want a brother.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know she was already pregnant. 2 weeks later, she was like, hey, you're going to get a brother. I was so happy.
Oh, there you go.
And then I call him the love of my life. You know what I'm saying? You can take that however you want to take that. I love my brother to death. You know what I'm saying?
That's your
He's
brother,
my dog. He's my everything, Besides my daughter, oh my God, forget about it. Like, when you have a kid, there's nothing compares. And my mom always tried to explain that to me. Never understood until you have a kid, So.
Absolutely, man.
Definitely.
And I'm glad that you look at life in such a introspective way. Those are my favorite people to kind of be around, because a lot of people take life at face value. A lot of people take things for what they are. I like to look at things for what they could be and where things develop. And sometimes like there's a lot of we come from music, for example. There's an album that you listen to and you don't really like it at first, but you listen to it on a certain day, at a certain time,
then it hits you.
Yeah, a certain song, a lyric.
What happens is that a lot of us, we don't know when our hearts are closed or open half the time.
Yeah.
Right. So like you listen to a song and your heart's closed and you're just like next, and you're not in the mood. You should just turn off the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should just turn off the music and listen to the energy of Earth. You know what I'm saying? Turn off the music for a second. So
it's true.
So you can really listen.
It's true. It's true. A lot of people have expectations about music too. The problem is, I think, we could be short on this little part here, is that I think a lot of people use music to identify themselves.
Yeah,
they use it as an identity thing.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's okay to try to figure yourself out, but a lot of people use music as this sort of badge to kind of walk around with.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think once you break out of that kind of thing and you really start listening to the notes, you start really listening to what these things
Pay attention to everything.
When you hear a song and you're like, oh, I don't like the voice, but if that was on a piano, this would sound great, or something like that. I
was listening to Role Model last night, Eminem.
Oh, okay.
Right? And, no, it was If I Had, right? If I had one wish, I wish for a big ass, for the whole world to kiss, whatever the fuck. He was crazy, bro. But when I was listening to the kick and the snare, and it was just way too popping. And I was like, bro, if I could just go back in time and tell him to notch it down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We learn by fucking up.
You spend a lot of time in music studios.
Yeah, that's all I do. And, I get a lot of shit for it because,
Do you get shit for it?
I get a lot of shit.
From who? Why?
Well, you have to understand, all right, so, I've been doing music my whole life, right? So I have a huge catalog of music, right? Okay. And I have not released anything besides what I released with my homies in, shout out Renzo, my brother, Renzo Gonzalez. I love you, bro. That's my dog. And him and his whole family, you know what I'm saying? He's my fucking, we're bros.
Shout out to everybody hanging out in the chat tonight. We do have a few viewers. I don't see the chat popping up on the side. This program, Streamlabs, get it together. It likes to act up. It likes to act up once in a while. So we're definitely not ignoring you.
Shout out, definitely.
If I see your message, I will definitely read it.
I'm hoping that it's my family.
Hey, and I hope everybody's having a great night.
Yeah,
have a great day. Actually, it's super early. It's the afternoon.
Hey, bro, that's what we're drinking, right?
Yeah, I'm day drinking. I was like, oh, sorry, yeah. Anyway,
but I'm sorry, Mom. He had Flor de Caña.
That's okay. We're gonna eat, and then everything just erases
Indian
itself.
Food, Mom. Hey.
Oh, there you go.
So,
but anyway, man. So yeah,
back to it.
people releasing music. What is it that holds you back on releasing the music?
Perfection.
Okay.
Perfection, and you know what? I've learned to step away from that too.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Especially within this last year.
That's a good idea.
Like, I stepped back because my whole life was like, mind you, I have an Opeth tattoo. Like, Opeth, if you know who Opeth is as a band, or Dream Theater, or these types of bands that are crisp sounds, and every, like, even their silent notes.
Yeah.
Are amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they really are.
So, like, I'm a very technical person when it comes down to music. So I'm very critical, you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I needed to make sure that I was even ready as a human, you know, to be this vulnerable and you know what I'm saying? Like, and give out my music, and, you know, it's
like,
not,
it means a lot to you, man.
It means the world to me, and I get it. Like half my family gets a little upset with me because they're like, yo, like, we could have been out of the bullshit that we're in half the time, you know what I'm saying? Because we, you know, it's not easy out here, obviously.
Sure.
You know, and I understand that, you know what I'm saying? But it's with, you know, it takes patience. Like, greatness and patience go hand in hand, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know, like, and you cannot deny greatness.
It's true, man.
Renzo taught me that.
It's true. Well, what is the part? So, is it the releasing the music? Do you want people to just receive it correctly, or do you want to just make sure that it's represented properly, like in the recordings and the sound fidelity?
It's more like it's kind of both. It's kind of both and more.
Because the thing is, you like I said, you spend a lot of time in the studio, so you understand the sonics of a project.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised because, like, all right, so man, I got so many people to shout out. Shout out Dave Humble for giving me ears, you know what I'm saying? Because he'll be like, hey, you don't hear that? And I'm like, no. You know?
Well, they're on a different level, right?
Yeah, they're on a whole different... Engineers are insane.
Audio engineers are like aliens, man.
Yeah. You know what? Let me shout out all my engineers right now.
They're amazing.
Dave Humble, V. Spence, you know, Renzo, Refro, my this guy makes my favorite, you know,
cool
beats.
people in there. I met a couple of people. Nice guys.
Kirill, bro. Listen to Kirill. Question mark. That's his name. But Kirill really is crazy with it, and he when you work with people and they're down to listen and be like, all right, like, I tell them to put a double pedal into a trap beat. A lot of people don't want to experiment like that.
Well, I always tell people, to me, the hi-hat and the trap beat, to me, just sounds like the double bass.
So check this. Kirill, his hi-hats are, like, pretty much, to me, like, they're so him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love. Shout out to Alec Jerome, by the way. I love him. Man, that's my dog. Like,
absolutely.
I got a lot of people. Casper, Jumanji, American Grime, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I went up north and I met this kid. His name was King Drew. Shout out King Drew. Amazing artist, bro. Like, you know, he walked into a Subway. I was working at a Subway and I was freestyling, and he comes out and he's like, oh, you know, you make music. And we start freestyling together. Next thing you know, we're in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Oh, John Doe. I know we don't even talk like that. You know what I'm saying? But John Doe did come into the studio one day, and he actually was one of the only people that have changed the word in my music, and I used it. And he said it was for the Inlight project. He said to use the word garnished doors, and I was like, I would never say that, but yeah, all right, I'll do it because I'm open minded. You know what I'm saying? So shout out him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Jumanji, Veronica Rain, definitely. You know, Barack, Willie Black, Frank Castle, Sanjay, all the people in my family, Ali, my cousin Junior, you know what I'm saying? Like, all my family, all my people, you know, like, man, there's too many of you.
That's
Maya, I love you. Angelina, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a big tribe. Let's put it that way.
Very blessed. That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Number one, my daughter, Aura Cortazar. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's it, man. I love it, man. And a support squad is really important in life.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be a carpenter. You need a support squad. People.
You do, and let me tell you, like, that's another thing too. It's like, so I have that support squad, and, you know, because I have, you know, I've done my own mistakes. I've messed up in many different ways, and, you know, a lot of my support squad, you know, they understand. They know. Some of them died out a little bit, and then they kind of hold back now, and it's okay because I understand. It has taken so long, right? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my faith and my vision has always been clear. You know what I'm saying? It's not about if, it's about when.
That's it. Absolutely.
You know?
And I don't, you know, I for a while I've been trying not to do the maybes, the ifs.
Yeah.
You know, these kind of.
I don't like when people say, you know, when people say, "Oh, hey, to be honest with you." I hate that. I don't
It's
fuck
like,
with
what
people
else
like
have
that.
you been?
Yeah, like, honestly, to be honest. What are you talking about? Like, you know, like, I can't stand that, bro.
It is one of those figures. It's like it's an understandable pet peeve for sure. It's one of those it's one of those catchphrases.
I'm all about loyalty, bro. Like I'm like, you could ask, like, I mean, you know, you don't have to, but like, all my friends know me as I am loyal. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you do me wrong. You could do me wrong, and if I love you, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I don't know you, I'll beat your ass. Easy. Easy. I'm always down to fucking throw hands all fucking day. I don't give a hell. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I remember you telling me, like, growing up, you know, there was a lot of that.
I like that. You know, me and my brother beat the crap out of each other. He grew up to be bigger than me, and he's a masochist, bro, and he's strong as hell. So, like, you know, it's only, like, you know what I'm saying? So we kick each other's ass all the
tussling.
time. Yeah, and it's not wrestling either. It's body blows, you know, and we take them because we want to get stronger. We look at life like Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dragon Ball Z is a big part of my life.
Yeah, but when we, you know, because I remember you telling me you didn't video game too much. Because I was telling you that, you know, everything to me in life is a game. You were telling me
no,
you didn't play.
I don't play games. Actually, I'm known in studios for that dude that comes in and, like, will tell people, like, yo, I don't play games.
Nice.
And then they're like video games, and I'm like, any games, homie, like, none.
Just business.
Like, not just, like, stay up front with me, like, be real,
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But then again, you know, I respect the gamers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to the gamers, you know what I'm saying? We need all types of people on this planet.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Hopefully one day I'll have a song on one of your games, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
That'd be fantastic.
You know, definitely I can see it happening.
Yeah, man. Puzzles, you know, puzzles are fun, bro. Like I think that's like I think that's what it is. One of those, like, it's just like a very entertaining puzzle.
Puzzles? Like making puzzles?
No, because I think that's what video games end up. That's what video games all they are.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's just like a puzzle, you know. But just like, I guess that's what it ends up is. Like, because I think about one of the most successful games of all time, which is Tetris. They have a thing called the Tetris effect. And, you know, that after a while, you know, it's when you play so much of a game that you start kind of. You know, like, for example, like when back in the day Tony Hawk was big, right? And then you'd go around and then, you know, you'd be like, oh, you know, I could trick over this and then jump over that and then do this. You start playing the game in your head when you're walking around.
That's how I thought. Because when I was a skater, all right, so for example, I'll give you a good example. Blonde Nicholas Danger Ramos, right? He would be playing these games with another friend, and I'm like, yo, it's 7 a.m. We got to go out and skate. I don't play games. And they're like, what are you, crazy? And I would turn off their game on the last level. Fight me, bro. Like, what's up? You know, and they'll be like, oh, fuck, I'm not going to fight him, so I guess we got to go skate. You know?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, like.
That's so funny.
I was always very, very in demand.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
I'm very much Sigma.
Yeah, there you go.
You know? That's what it is. You know, and I get that from my father, I think. I know. You know what I'm saying? Even my mother, like, you know, she has that too, but nothing like my father. Like, my father was, motherfucker. Like, actually, he rest in peace. I love you, Pops. You know what I'm saying? You know, other people that would have my father as a father would probably hate him, and they would never want to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But me, like, you know, I understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've always understood.
For sure.
You know, as a kid, I punched my father in the face twice, bro. Right. I've been through a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that created character, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And every time I did that, it didn't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? I was a child, but I did see the demon in his face. Like, I saw like a black shadow, and I got scared. And bop. And I mean, you're hurting my stepmom. Shout out Nicole, love you, mom. You know, and you know, like, that's the first time I called her mom. Like, you know, I grabbed her, I held her, and I was just like, everything's going to be all right, Mom. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my father did so many crazy things, but people look at that, and what they don't look at is that no matter where he went, he brought light and jokes. He used to make me laugh about jokes that nobody should be laughing at. You know what I'm saying? So I love my father to death, and he was very demanding. He'd be like, we'll be just there, and he'd be like, Nico, yo, get me this with ice and this and that and that and this. Like, she's a maid. Right. And like then I caught myself doing that shit, and I was like, well, I had to check myself. Like my ex had to check me a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's like a DNA thing. You know what I'm saying? My mom will be like, why do I have to hand you the bottle when you could fucking grab it? It's right there. And I'm like, like, you know, I don't know. I want you to be a part of this. You know,
that like sitcom diversity.
Yeah. Actually, my mother and my little brother, they're always like, bro, you remind me of Peter from Family Guy. And I take that as, like, I don't know how to take that, because you know, awesome. It's intense. It's just, you know, whatever.
That's a good time.
I just do things differently.
So you grew up in a different type of environment.
Yeah, I mean, well, Dade County
compared to the safe. Everywhere.
Oh, safe.
You know, household. You know what I mean?
Safe. I mean, I was safe because I was always protected by spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I was always safe.
Sheltered, I think, is what I meant. Is more than safe.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead,
I mean, you know, I've been tried plenty of times, and I've been through things that could have gone definitely wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I just, like, it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't, because you know, thank God. You know, there was a scenario. I'm not gonna say any names, right? To where one person put a gun on another person, and then that person put the gun on that person, and then, you know what I'm saying, and next thing you know, they actually like looked into each other's eyes and stopped. They split up, and then this guy calls me. He's like, hey, you know this guy right here? And I was like, yeah, that's the homie. And I called the homie, and it was like, and I squashed the beef. I made the meat, and like, you know what I'm saying, like, they were like, they didn't know.
You are a rapper at heart. You said, I squashed the beef. I made them meat. That's pretty good. That's bars. Anyway.
Bars.
Sorry.
No, but yeah, no. So,
but that's kind of amazing.
Yeah,
that's super dope that you were able to break that.
Yeah, definitely.
Between them.
You know, things like
break that bread between them.
Yeah, definitely, because it's like
burgers.
Right? Impossible. That's the only burger I'm eating.
Yeah, right, I love it.
But no, like, you know, like things like that happened to me my whole life. You know, it was weird. You know, definitely. I always had to protect my brothers.
That's beautiful, actually. Yeah. That's good shit.
And when it came down to my mom's beautiful. My mom is beautiful, and I don't like nobody talking shit about my mom. So I used to fight a lot because people would be like, "Oh, your mom's
reckless?
Hot.
Oh no,
your mom's hot." Bah, smack, yo, don't talk. Shut up.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, don't talk. That's it. Like, you already ruined it. You could tell me, hey, by the way, your she's very beautiful. I get that. I respect that. Thank you. I appreciate that. But hey, your mom's hot.
It's just too forward.
Nah, homie.
It is weird. I'm with you on that one. That is kind of odd.
And you know, I always was my mother's protector.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. That's like, she believes in you as well. You know, we talked earlier with the music and how she, you know, put that faith in you and stuff. She put that influence.
Definitely. I remember when I was a kid, right? I used to, I'll grab the guitar and I'll go to like play her a song, and be like, Mom, this song is about, and she'd be like, hey, shut the fuck up and play the song. And I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
fair enough.
I've been through a lot in music. I was booed off stage when I was 13. My string popped and the drummer's kick popped at the same time.
Oh, like, my God.
Yeah, talk about breakdown, huh?
Yeah. The equipment broke down.
Shout out Vadim, by the way. That's my dog right there, bro. He's the best musician that I could have ever asked to be around me, bro. He's amazing. He's so versatile. And shout out Z, bro. Definitely. He's a life changer. He's a game changer.
What does he do?
Z is an amazing Miami artist, Dade County artist. I believe he's Jamaican, and he's just such a soul. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Like,
that's what's up.
I love the kid so much. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first time I met him. He was my cousin's friend, and they were young. I opened the sliding door, and he's on the floor with a beer, right? And he's looking at me, and I'm looking at my cousin, and she's a female, and I'm like, who are you? And he looks back at me. He's like, who are you? And I was like, yo, I fuck with you. Like, you're in my house and you did that, yo.
That's hilarious.
I fell in love with the kid.
That's so funny. Yeah. That's personality right there.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's awesome.
That's what I need, you know.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Definitely. And there's a lot of people that, you know, like, you know, my brothers, like Vinny, Nicholas, Deanna, you know, there's so many people I can name right now, but, you know, I'm going to keep that, you know, done, you know. But definitely American Grime, Jumanji, all those people, Casper, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, hey, I love my people, bro. Like, you know.
So after all the music that I've seen you do, you've done metal, you've done.
Well, I started off playing flamenco.
Flamenco originally that. Well, yeah, I met you on the metal scene, but back before that, that's where you honed your skills.
Well, yeah, that's
super dope. Finger picking.
Yeah, finger picking. Yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Right. You feel me? And I wasn't trained, so like it was something like I remember my father, my mother. I was doing a bunch of stupid shit. My mother sent me to Texas with my father, right? And my father, he's like, "Oh, you think you're a badass? You think you could do this, that, and this?" And I have my guitar, and he's like, "You think you're a musician? Go learn Over the Hills and Far Away from Led Zeppelin, then come talk to me." I was like, "Okay, Over the Hills and Far Away." Okay, I went to the room and I learned
the record. Nice.
And I came to him and I played it within 15 minutes. My father never said a word to me again about nothing.
That's what's up. He knew you had it.
He knew he didn't ask me no questions about school. He didn't ask me anything besides how's the music. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
You know, so like, you know, definitely.
That's shout out to Pops for believing in that too.
Definitely. And
my dad was a Peter Frampton fan. My dad was always like,
actually, Julian Frampton. Shout out to Julian Frampton. That's my dog. Him and we got drunk as hell one time with my other homie, and Diego, bro. I love you, bro. And we went on my uncle's scooter to this skate park, and me and Julian are on the scooter, and Julian Frampton's fucking drinking the bottle. I'm going through this skate park with a scooter, like an actual scooter that goes 60. It was dumb, bro. We were drunk and young, you know.
Good times.
Good times. But that's crazy though. So I like that.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you know, do you feel like we do? Is, you know, a song about waking up with a wine glass in your hand? So I mean, fine enough.
You know, the crazy story. Audiovision, shout out Audiovision, Fence, and all them. Like, you know, man, Johnny Mars. You know, we don't know each other so well, but I do respect them very much. You know what I'm saying? And what they do for the culture. You know, Audiovision. I love Audiovision. It was actually, from what I know, I could be wrong, but from what I was told, it was owned by the Bee Gees before. Yeah, right. So that's cool. The last member of the Bee Gees. Right, I was in the A room, which is like a $500 an hour room, probably. You know what I'm saying? Who knows the price now? You know, but I was in there for free. You know what I'm saying? And blessed as always. Thank you, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I was making a song, and it was called Aristocats, right? So this guy comes in, an old guy, and he's like, "Hey," you know, this being all mixed and whatever, and he's like, "Help me with this TV." So I get up and I help him with the TV, and we're like kind of mounting it. Sure. And he turns his head. He goes, "This is you, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes,
"Like you heard the song, you mean?"
Yeah, he's listening to the song. He goes, "Yeah, you got to be crazy to be that guy." And I was like, "Okay." This janitor is like, "Who is this guy?" Like Back to the Future type.
Don't
shit.
you love grumbly old men? They always got the secrets.
It was weird, but so check this out. He walks out, and then my boy, the engineer, was like, "Yo, do you know who that was?" I'm like, "Janitor?" He goes, "No, that's the last member of the Bee Gees."
Oh, that's so cool.
And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" So I grab my guitar.
That's what's up.
I run to the room, to his office, knock on the door. I was like, I didn't know. I am so sorry, and so nice to meet you. And then I just started playing. I was like, "I know your eyes in the morning sun."
How deep is your love for the youngins out there?
Yeah, I played him a song. He gets up. This guy is just like, and he hugs me. He tells me, out of the 30 years I've been, like, that nobody has played me a song of mine. And I was like, it's hard to believe. Like, what?
Yeah, that's good. Like, yeah,
Like,
you must not get out much.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, a lot of people know your songs, bro. Like, yeah, but
dude, literally, you know that same song?
Yeah.
I was at the grocery store a couple of years ago, you know,
Yeah.
and that song happened to pop up, and every aisle I went to, somebody was singing it.
Exactly.
Literally, every aisle. It was creepy, bro. And I was like, oh, this needs to be a music video.
Yeah.
For somebody.
Hey.
Where, like, they're playing the song over the
Let's make it happen.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be super dope, right? Anyway, man.
I love, you know, outside of the box thinking, and I'm very open minded, and I love working with people when it comes down to you know, directors and you know, this isn't about me. It's about all of us. We're in this together. For sure. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
This music culture thing is like, it's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? People look at musicians like, saying you're a musician nowadays is like saying I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like they look at it like, oh, psh. But then I put my fucking phone in your ear, and then you're like, wait, hold on a second. This isn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not until the punchline hits you. Yeah,
they were I don't know what they're expecting, but
yeah,
and I'm the type of person that I'm gonna shove my phone in your ear. I don't care who you are. You're gonna listen to my music.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I make so much music, and it's all types of music. You know what I'm saying?
That's extremely good, man. That's extremely good. And then it's important to be like that. I like that you've always been somebody that has worked on your craft, which is really important. You know, like I remember a long time ago, I had a friend of mine check up on me. You know, not check up on me, check in with me, and he was just like, "Hey, man, you know, like so good to see that you're you know, working, you know, still working on the guitar, still playing guitar and making music." I was like, man, I didn't even think about it until he said it. I was like, was there really any other choice? Option? Yeah, I was just like, I didn't even think about not making music.
There's no choice. Like
it's just too fun to not do it.
Listen, I've had this happen to me a few times, right? And this, you know, again, I think I told you this before we started. As me growing up, my friends were always like, "Oh, you're cocky," and I was like, "No, I'm confident." Yeah, I grew up and I realized that I was cocky and confident. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes
okay
out,
to be young and aggressive. It's fine.
I'm still aggressive. It's not an immature thing. It's a characteristic.
Sure, yeah. It's just, it's fine. Like, it's just.
And I'm aggressive and sensitive. It's terrible. It's a terrible mix.
I always like to say that people love as hard as they hate.
Yeah, no, my mother taught me that. She always tells me, I'm like Forrest Gump. I always be like, my mama said, like, my mama told me this. My mom always told me there's a thin line, the thinnest line between love and hate. And that's the truth right there, you know.
It's so true.
My mom also taught me that hurt people.
Yeah.
As soon as she told me that, she walks away.
Tupac quote? Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I love Tupac. You know what I'm saying? But I know she didn't get it from him.
Doesn't matter. It's true.
So she walks away, and I scream at her. I was about to leave to go to the studio. I was like, "You just made a song." Went to the studio, grabbed the guitar, bam, grabbed that synth, put the drums in there, and the next thing you know, I grabbed my MPC. I was like, "Hold on, I have a beat that I think I can collide these two songs."
I didn't even know you knew how to mess with an MPC.
I love MPCs.
That's so cool.
Because I don't know how to really use DAWs like that. Like they tried me to learn like FL and things like that, and I'm just like the worst, bro.
I'll show you one thing. Like, it's super easy because. Anyway, Ableton Live, guys. I know you know Ableton, but it's.
I know I heard about it, but I don't. You know what I'm saying?
It's just they have a plugin that's just like an MPC thing. It's got like the 16 pads.
And that's dope. That's dope. You see, I need to bang on something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So,
and I used to have a thing.
Oh, nice. You got to do. All right, I see. All right. But you give me that, and I'll make you a crazy beat.
Sure.
But you know, it like, but when it comes down to like, click. Bro, I can't stay at a computer for too long.
So your music, man.
Yes, sir. My music.
Talk about your music,
yes,
man.
Sir. Number one.
SIGMA.G.
Yes.
What's SIGMA writing about? SIGMA.G. What is SIGMA.G writing about, man?
SIGMA.G. Well, you know, SIGMA.G. Gino Cortazar has always been writing about pretty much, you know, what I've been through that I know that everyone has been through that we don't like to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We don't like to talk about things like that.
So like you know, like trust and
like everything from trust to the weird shit to like
despair and things like that.
To
dark places,
yeah.
Or the highest of places.
Yeah, or believing in yourself, to not believing in yourself, to not being enough. I made a song just the other night, and you know, pretty much it was like I'm saying like, oh, you know, we like to live in this nightmare. We all want to wake up. We all want to be woke, right? But we're not doing shit to wake up. So we love the nightmare.
You think it's like everybody's just waiting on the next person to do it for them? And then just
following
that person's lead.
Yeah.
You think that's the problem?
That happens a lot. You know, like that's kind of that's the history repeating itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what happens. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
You always gotta wait for somebody to, like, you know, like I consider myself that person. You know what I'm saying? I've always have. You know what I'm saying? To come and change the game.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I admire a lot of artists. You know what I'm saying? And I will always give like my praise to, like, you know what I'm saying, to these artists. Like I'm very open-minded to music, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, like, listen, everybody's going to be like, oh, I'm the best. No, you're not. I am. Recognize that. Like, that's how it is.
It's competitive. It gets competitive. Sure.
It is totally 100% competitive. But, you know, I always lied to myself. I would be like, no, I'm only competing with myself. And then I was like, wait, hold on, I'm best right now. Like, I'm doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Yeah, because, I mean, even if you don't tell somebody, you know that. I mean, as like, you don't think, like, Michael Jordan. I don't
gotta say it.
I mean, Michael Jordan never sat around thinking, like, oh, yeah, you know,
just gotta
like,
listen.
Let me just let this guy take over because he's better than I am. Like, yeah, like, it just never, like, that's not a thought in certain people's heads. And, well, which, as we know, SIGMA.G is one of these people we're talking about that right now. That's they're just failure is not an option type thing, right?
Not at all. You know, getting back to that, actually, you know, that voice in your head when it's like, should you do that, or should you know that consciousness, right? And I'll be like, my insecurities, because I have a lot of them, just like all of us do. I'll be like, damn, like, you know, my music, like, am I really gonna do this? And then as soon as that happens, the higher dimensional something in me starts cracking up and tells me to shut the fuck up and stop playing. Don't even talk like that. You know what I'm saying? And I listen to that.
Yeah.
You know, because that's where I get my music from. You know what I'm saying? I don't get my music. I don't even like to give credit to SIGMA.G or Gino Cortazar half the time. I like to give my credit to Spirit.
Who's that? Who's the spirit that you're tapping into? Is it a?
When I say spirit, I mean spirit, not as an entity. I'm not talking about an entity. I'm talking about the source.
Exactly.
I'm talking about the source. You know what I'm saying?
Just like that.
The great spirit.
Like, do you pull it? Like, sorry, I guess my question is more like, do you pull it? Because I think about this kind of stuff. Too.
Yeah.
You know, like, do you pull it from some like people that you've known that aren't around anymore? Do you pull it from people that you'll never know?
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
actually,
meaning, you know what I mean? Like, is it from a sort? Like, is it from that kind of thing? You know, like, is it from like
no. All right, so, all right, here I'll give you a short. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
I'll give you one example. Where I'm at church.
This is exciting, folks. This is what makes people who they are. This is why we do this whole. This is why we're on the microphone.
Yeah, facts. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you everybody for hanging out today.
Yeah,
highly appreciate that.
Daytime. All right, man. I'm a nighttime guy, but hey, fuck it.
Yeah, I haven't done anything in the day. Well, I do plenty in the daytime, but nothing microphone and camera related.
Hey, rock and roll, bro. I'm always ready for this.
It's a great time.
Appreciate it. When it comes on to spirit, right?
Yeah.
First of all, I have coexist on me. Like, I have, the flower of life. I have a lot of sacred geometry. I got, the healing of humanity on my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was a portal that I opened that was real intense,
Healing of the heart?
Yeah, I'll show you right here. You feel me?
Nice. I don't know if is that going to come out? I'll zoom in. We could,
yeah. Well, but, it's,
the edit will zoom in.
Yeah. It's a healing through the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like, it's the only way to help anyone.
Can I ask how you do the healing of the heart?
Yeah, easy. It's number one, back up. Back the fuck up. People need their space.
Don't look at the letter, look at the word.
Yeah. How about don't look at the word, look at the whole book.
There you have it.
Close
Bigger than that.
Yeah,
bigger than that.
Yeah, bigger than that. Like don't like
library.
Look
Look
at
at the library.
Like don't look at the fact that it says a 7-string slinky. Look at the whole package. You know what I'm saying? Step back. Look at the whole picture. I want to see the frame.
Sure.
You get me?
Yeah.
You know, like because there's an ending to everything.
Absolutely.
You know? So if you can just step back.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And when I say spirit, like I said, it's I've been through a lot of recording processes, and a lot of my music has a lot of things that you guys will hear, and they're mistakes, like people talking when they're not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like my homegirl Tam, like my homegirl Tam, like she just always does that because she talks. She'll be like talking, and then she'll say something. I'm just like, yo, that was perfect. Like, and I'm the type of person that I don't believe in coincidences. You know what I'm saying? I love mistakes aren't mistakes, man. They're there. Use it as your music.
That's jazz.
You know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I love that.
There's always a place for that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. You know?
Yeah.
I remember. I don't know how to read music. I hated all that.
Yeah. I'm not. I love it. I love trying to learn it, but I just can't. It's so hard for me to retain that information.
Yeah, and it's not for
so
everybody.
difficult.
It's not for everybody. I remember when I was a kid and I walked into a guitar class, right? This guitar teacher was always on tour, so we always had a substitute.
That's cool.
It was pretty much an open class.
Kind of weird, but kind of cool.
Yeah. Shout out to even Ben Katzman, because Ben Katzman, what do you call it? Him and I used to sit next to each other, and every weekend on Friday we'd be like, we're gonna learn a song so that Monday I'm gonna beat your ass on the guitar, so it's good to have competition, you know what I'm saying?
Sure, of course, yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry I always beat you, bro. It is what it is, man. Hey, at least you continue playing.
That's awesome. I
still play, you know what I'm saying, but I prefer to, you know what I'm saying, to speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a lot to say.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's good to view music in that kind of way. Like, there's different worlds for everything. Like if you want to be casual on your instrument, like I am. Like I have plenty of guitars, but I just like to be casual. I just like to write my tunes. I like to write my melodies, because to me, guitar is like talking.
Therapy.
It's like talking. Like when I record a melody that I make, I'm like, this is me talking like what I'm doing on a podcast.
Love that. Yeah,
that's just me and what I said that day.
It's your soul, man.
Yeah, that's what I said that day. That's what I did at that time.
That's what I call spirit.
Thanks, man.
That's what I call spirit.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? You're being you, and you're letting it flow.
Yeah, it's just I was never interested in learning other people's music. Like I only learned other people's songs beginning guitar just so I could learn how to do the technique.
I was against covers my whole life.
Yeah, I just like to. I wanted to learn how to make my own songs.
When I turned like 21, I was down and I started learning how to cover a lot of Beatles. Shout out Beatles, bro. Love Beatles. I love the Beatles.
We talked about that's one of your foundational.
Yeah, definitely. I love the Beatles, Bee Gees. I love the Bee Gees.
Bee Gees are amazing.
But I get stuck on the Beatles.
That's really cool.
And beautiful songs like
What's the best Beatles song? Because I'm a Beatles noob. I haven't really listened to it. Yeah, unfortunately.
Happiness is a Warm Gun.
I'm gonna look at that one.
Yeah,
that's the one you recommend out of all.
Yeah, because it is.
Happiness is a
warm gun.
It's a warm gun. What album was that on?
I believe. Bro, honestly, let me see.
They got a lot of people.
Happiness. I believe it's on the White Album.
That's cool.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. And if you guys see this, and I'm wrong, hey, whatever.
Tap in.
Right
up.
But it's that song right there is just, it speaks a lot. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of transitions. And that's the one thing about my music is that I like movies, right? I love movies.
I was saying you have a good rhythmic sense. You know how to move a chord progression.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's hard, people.
It could be hard. It definitely could be hard. I'll tell you that. Definitely could be hard. But you know what, though? It's shout out to Lufa, which is Michael Mueller. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't probably even be sitting right here right now.
Yeah.
He was and Anthony Ayala, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have picked up the guitar that I had, because he was like, "Oh, you have a guitar?" I was like, "Yeah, but it's just, I'm a skater, right?" And he's like, "Join my band." I'm like, "I don't even know how to play this shit." He's like, "I'll teach you how to read," and I was competitive, so I was like, "I gotta get better than him." Sorry, I got better than you too.
I mean, that's how me and my that's how me and my best bud learned how to play the guitar. We learned together. We learned like just trying to be
he
learned this
already knew, and he was good.
That's awesome.
He was really good. So I always had everything. Like every time I was here, I was fucking with people up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I went to Nautilus on the beach.
Shoulders of Giants type thing.
And Nautilus is a famous skateboarding spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I was skating with pros every day after school, and I lived across the street. So when everyone left, I was still there. That's grinding. You know what I'm saying? I remember I put my guitar and a drum set on the roof, and I played a fucking show just for me and the drummer.
That's amazing, bro. I love that, man. And I know, you know, as far as influences go, so I know we covered Beatles, we covered
Opeth,
definitely. Opeth, man. I mean, that's how me and you became
I love Opeth.
Extra closest through the love of Opeth.
Yeah, definitely.
One of my favorite.
Thank you, Michael Ackerfeld.
Yeah, they're really good music, folks. And I'm telling you, if you have a sense for hip hop, if you have a sense for any styles of music, you can get into Opeth because they have these rhythms and these bass lines that it's so. Sometimes I listen to it and I'm just like, this is so hip hop right now.
I'm surprised they're not sampled. Like sampled and
maybe they're protective of their stuff. Who knows? I doubt it. Yeah, I've tried to sample. I've actually sampled their stuff just like on my own time for fun.
That's amazing, dude.
Just like nothing that I ever kept, but I go back and I sample like all the stuff from Damnation and stuff.
Dude, I put my daughter to sleep with that.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
I put my daughter to sleep with Damnation album. All you guys can do this if you have a kid. Play Damnation from Opeth. And also go on like a Spotify playlist and put Baby Beatles, right? And it's just a bunch of Beatles songs in baby form. Like
that's amazing.
And it's so good because if you know them, you know them. And I know them, so I'm just there singing to her. You know what I'm saying? I've been singing to my daughter since she was in the belly. I'd put my throat up against my girl's stomach, and I just, you know, give her the voice.
Yeah.
Because I feel that was very important to do. And now
I love that, man.
You know.
And it's great because I know the Beatles went through a lot of different phases as well, which is really good because you do a lot of different genres of music, and that's I think that's going to influence.
Yeah,
I know that's going to influence. So what kind of SIGMA.G is just as far as the project coming up. What are the sounds we can expect then? Because I know you got these epic influences. What? And I know that it's a different sound, of course. It's hip hop, right?
No, it's not. It's not hip hop. I'm not a rapper at all. I'm not.
What would you put it under?
Let's put it. I'm a front man.
I mean like the music, the sound of the music.
Sound of the music of my music.
Yeah.
Honestly, everybody has been calling it Gino style.
That's what's up.
Like real shit. Like
alternative.
Oh, that's some Gino shit.
I love
you know
that,
what I'm saying? So like I always tried to stay out of the box so much so that I ended up in my own box.
I love that.
And and that's kind of
where you want to be.
Where I wanted to be. Yeah. So I finally got there, But that was through me never giving up.
That's
what I'm saying? Yeah. Never giving up. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, also, it was also, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? If you're sitting there and you drive and you're listening to your music and you got the whole car singing your songs, yeah.
Where are some of these beats coming from?
I could tell you.
Or the instrumentation, rather.
Well, a lot of it was like, all right, so the Dope album, right? I made this album called Dope, D-O-P-E. It's from my father because, he's been through a lot. And when he passed away, I felt like his story needed to be told, right? And, it goes back to like him and my mom running away. Like my mom was in an orphan home. She got put in an orphan home at an awkward age of like 13. And her sister was 14. Like, my mom was like, fuck that. My mom's a fucking rebel, bro. My mom is the shit. She was like, I'm not doing this. Sorry. I'm not going to get adopted, but no, I'm going with Gino. Like, and she ran away with my father from Daytona to all the way to Cali, and then all over the place. She changed her name to Maria Santiago, Margarita Santiago. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It took a lot for me to be. You understand?
Sure.
It took a lot. Like, she went through hell and back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
yeah. There's things I can't even say.
Those things make a difference.
There's things I can't even say right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
I don't need to say. I'm not gonna no. But my life, and I love my mom so much, and I appreciate her so much. But no mom wants to ever hear their kid say anything like, I had it tough, because they tried their hardest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when
Absolutely.
they hear that, it's like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everything my mother has done for me. You know what I'm saying? But what I've noticed is that no matter what,
your dad's not the one trying to dress you up, making sure you're gonna get laid. All right.
Well, not my dad, at least.
Well, I mean, most people's, because they don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, your mom's the one that's looking out for you.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
facts, no, for sure. My mom she always had my back, bro. Like that, like, and I always had her back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like her and I will fight, like a huge fight, like a real big fucking dramatic fight, and I'll walk out the door and everything, and 2 hours later, we're like hugging, we're like eating at a restaurant.
Right.
Like that, me and my mom, that's my best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
There's
like,
no beef ever. Yeah.
Yeah, when I die, all my music is going to her and my daughter.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Yeah. And also another thing, you know, when I work with a lot of musicians, and I'm not greedy. So when it comes down to it, split sheets, right?
Yeah.
I tell her, if you're in the room, bro, you're getting just as much as I am, even if I made the whole song.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's what's up, man.
And in the Dope album, like I was telling you, I had a lot of musicians come in, and they didn't get paid. They did it for like from their heart. So
they just want to be a part of the project. So right? That's what's up.
So I take that to heart.
That's amazing.
Like I said, I'm very emotional about this shit. I'm very sensitive about those things, and they're all gonna get the same percentage I'm getting, in each of those songs. You get me?
Yeah.
So and also another crazy thing was that during that album, I would make these musicians. I'd blindfold them, damn near, like, you know what I'm saying, and I would say, do it with your eyes closed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Feel it out.
Yeah. Like, you know, I'm like I said, I'm demanding, and
well, that's cool. It's a cool way to go for it.
Yeah, because close your eyes, bro. Because you know, it's kind of like taking shrooms. A lot of people take shrooms and go like to clubs. Like, no, like you need to eat mushrooms and go sit down and close your eyes. Because people are like, oh yeah, everything was kind of trippy. Well, you're looking around in the same realm. Close your eyes and look within, and you'll see way more.
There you have it. Yeah. I mean, it's good to be creative in those kind of aspects because I mean, you know, even there's a band we've listened to, Lamb of God. You know, like for one of their albums, you know, their producer made the singer like run or do laps so that he sounded tired enough to deliver this vocal a certain way.
That's dope. I love hearing that.
Which was like just crazy. No, you're fine. And it was just that's just really cool creative kind of stuff. It reminds me of that, so that's really cool. Yeah, and you get good results out of things like that. So.
You know, I heard that Outkast, their manager used to drive next to them, and they used to have to jog rapping.
Oh yeah.
So
they keep the stamina up.
When I heard about that, I started doing that.
That's kind of amazing.
So now when like I'm big right now, but like when I go for any kind of exercises, and I go in.
That's what you're working on.
Working on my vocals.
That's what's up.
I remember one time I was like 15 years old, and I'm walking over the 163rd Bridge to go to Collins, right, in Miami, obviously, and and I have my headphones on, and I'm growling. I'm like growling so bad, like you know what I'm saying, thinking I'm alone type of shit. And my boy pops up behind me on a skateboard, and he's like touches me, and I got scared. I'm like, what the fuck, like, you know, like ready to fight type shit. And he's like, what's up, bro? And I was like. That was my first time ever feeling kind of awkward because my mother used to try me to embarrass me like in school. Like, bye, papito, I love you, and I'd be like, bye, ma, I love you more. Like, you know, I'm not an embarrassed type of person.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have no shame in my game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm ashamed of certain things I've done through actions. You know, especially in the recent like 5 years of you know. You know, when it comes down to like my personal family, you know, with you know, my baby mother, like, you know what I'm saying, I love her so much, you know what I'm saying, that's the love of my life forever, you know what I'm saying, and then my daughter, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like a separation with that is not easy for me because I'm, you know what I'm saying, like I'm a Sigma-minded person, you know what I'm saying, so like I want to, like, you know what I'm saying, when I have a kid, like, bro, like, I'm sorry, like, imagine I protect my mom the way I do.
Yeah.
Imagine my kid.
Exactly.
My kid?
Of
what?
course, yeah, absolutely.
Yo, you better murder me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really.
I completely understand.
Yeah.
I mean, and it makes sense, you know, like, and I think it all goes back to the music and the way that you treat your family. It's that perfection, that want for a high quality of being and existing.
Yeah, you got to know your worth. You know what I'm saying? That's why like, you know, everybody's like, oh, when are you going to drop your shit? When are you going to drop your shit? But why are they asking me? Because they've heard it in the studio and they know it's fire.
The fans. I mean, that's
like, and you know, like, I'm not going to say no names, but I have close friends of mine that will walk out of the studio room and it's on some, I see them. They're hating. They're hating.
Really?
Yeah, dead ass. They walk out. Like, you know, when I'm going and like they'll walk out, and I'm going hard. This shit's fire. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they'll walk out because of me. I got a lot of haters. I got more haters than I got friends.
That's odd.
Yeah, it's weird. But then when it comes on the fans, it balances everything out. You know what I'm saying? So you know, shout out to the fans that, you know, like I just recently got, you know, a few fans from the other side of the world, like Africa, like you know what I'm saying? Actually in India.
That's
right?
cool.
Yeah, there's this guy, like, you know, he listened to one.
They're like, yeah, of course he says that.
No,
that's cool.
No, he doesn't speak like that at all. No. But he looks like he's in Africa, but he's in India. No. It's, I'm Moroccan, Sicilian, Ecuadorian, native. You know, and then the list probably, who knows what else I am.
Absolutely.
You know,
I'm making fun of myself, not anybody else. Okay, that's where I'm going.
I used to tell people would ask me, "Oh, where are you from?" I'd say, "I'm from Earth." And then I would realize that's kind of douchey, like, you know, like, no shit, you dumb fuck, like, but you know, like, I meant it.
What's up, man? The sky.
Yeah, exactly, dude. What's up with this guy? Awesome. That's exactly what it is.
I love it.
But
But yeah, man.
Overall, man, when it comes down to the music and what.
It's important when people believe in what you do as well, because I think it's not like you need it, but it's great to have.
It is great to have. It's and I'll tell you this: if it wasn't for that, maybe my insecurities would have taken over. Yeah, and I wouldn't be who I am.
And that's why it's great to have.
And the reason why I'm so confident and so cocky or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and so aggressive is because. It's like I said, the proof is in the pudding.
And there's nothing wrong with wanting to achieve something and going after that, and that's what that is. I think that's what that is.
Yeah,
you know?
No, and I put myself through hell for music.
Yeah,
I literally I let myself fall on my face and lose my family type shit for music.
Wow.
Because to me, like people didn't understand me. I always said music comes before everything and everyone, and at the time I was being selfish, right? It's not the truth. The truth is my family comes first. Then it comes music.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, I was like, music. You know what I'm saying? I was very, very stubborn and very closed-minded. You know, and then closed-minded about being open-minded. It was a contradiction. I say it in my songs all the time. I'm a walking contradiction.
We're just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
Day by day. That's all.
Yeah, unless you think you know it all.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even if you think you know, even if we think we know it today, later we're like, oh damn, that was
facts. No.
But that's part of the fun of it. You know, I love that, man. What about this? What about the social media? Because we are coming up. We've actually been already going for about an hour.
That's dope.
Which is amazing.
Dope. I love that.
It's been roller coaster, so much fun, bro.
Hey man, it's conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man.
You know, I think in general, like I would like to talk about work ethic, right?
Yeah, so like we're just because I know social media is such a difficult. I don't want to say it's difficult. It's just such a time-consuming.
It's a time-consuming thing, right? And like I had 10K followers, and then that account got hacked, right? And then bam, gone.
Dang.
All right, and then I got 3K followers, and then I got scammed, and they fucking bro. I was on the video trying to make a commercial for them, and they were like, "Oh, we're about to send you the bread." They turned my phone off.
What?
That's how insane this shit is. You guys be careful, please. Let's just work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no easy way. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And then they took that account, 3.5K. And now I'm at 200 people right now. like, but you know what, though? I weeded out so many people that I don't even fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was for a reason, you know, because now I'm actually even more interactive, you know what I'm saying? And I have more and more followers every single day. These people are watching my stories and they're like, oh, what's he doing? What's he doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah, they see that you're working. You're going towards.
And when you don't see stories and you don't see me, I'm really working hard on music. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like my mom would be like, working, like, hey, get a job. Like, listen, I'm going to get a job. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to humble down. But I work really hard on my craft.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I work so hard on my craft. Like, I have a picture just the other day. One of my engineers, Gotti Music. Shout out to Gotti Music, bro. She's one of the best ever. And she took a picture of me like I passed out on the floor. And I wasn't drunk. I wasn't nothing. I was just, bro. It was 6 a.m, bro. And and I did my last verse, and they all looked at me all tired, and they were like, "How the hell did you get that energy?" And I was like, bah. Passed out. You know what I'm saying?
Just tapped it.
Yeah, tap in. You just gotta tap in.
That was great, man.
Yeah,
Like that. I mean, that's what it takes, man.
But
and I'm glad that you have that in you, and you have that want and need.
Oh, it's a need. It's more of a. I have no choice.
Yeah, there you go.
I never had a choice since I was a kid. But
it's something to learn from people.
Yeah, when you know what you want to do, which a lot of people don't, and it's okay. But open your mind to learning and to be the best leader. You got to be a great student. And to be the best teacher, you have to be the best student.
It's
you
true.
know what I'm saying? And I failed the 3rd grade. I almost failed the 5th grade. And then I dropped out in 9th grade going to 10th grade. So, like, my education, when it comes down to what all, regular people know, is like, you know what I'm saying, 2 different worlds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when they called me down to the office, my mother was there, and the principal was Michael Kropp. Right, Michael Kropp. I don't know if Ives there.
Yeah.
Right, and I went to Beach too, but then half the year, then I went over there to Kropp, and whatever. I got called down, and I go and see my mom there, and she's like looking at me with the face of like, and I sit down like, what the hell is going on? And the principal goes, "Where do you go?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" He's like, "When you skip, where do you go?"
Oh.
And I was like, "To practice." He's like, "Practice what?" I'm like, "My music, my band." And he goes, "It's going to be really tough for you to graduate. I think that you should get your GED, drop out, and do your music."
Okay, that's cool.
And my mom was like, "Yep."
All right.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Yeah. So, like, it's been like that. You know what I'm saying? It's been my life. Like,
well, it's good that you have people that believe in that, and then people that encourage you and they see that. Because these are good stories. These are important things.
They wouldn't encourage me if the music wasn't good.
There's that. There's completely that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Because otherwise they'd have been like, stick to the books.
Yeah, stick to the books. I listen to music all the time. I listen, and I give every artist a chance. And I'll hear some shit, and I'm like, holy shit, bro. Like, dude, stop. I know this one person. He's a close friend of mine. I'll never say his name. I can't, like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? You're spending a lot of money on nothing.
Damn.
Yeah. And it sucks because, like, you spent all that money on nothing. I spent $0 on
to get a good sound,
to get a great sound, and all these people that want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
To have your project come to life.
Yeah. And that to me, again, proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm gonna end it like that because, and then I'll tell you guys this. When it comes down to my music, that's what I tell everybody, is that if you don't like this song, just skip it, because you're gonna love the next one. And if you hate that one, skip again, because the next one is gonna be your mom's favorite song.
There you have it.
That ass.
Gino Cortazar.
Gino Cortazar, aka SIGMA.G.
SIGMA.G.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man. It's been a pleasure, bro. Thank you for everything, man. Long overdue, as we talked about.
Hey, no, everything happens when it needs to.
Absolutely, man.
When it needs to.
That's been a pleasure.
So stay tuned for SIGMA.G, Gino Cortazar. I'm dropping Been Known this year coming up. Been Known is actually a project I made on my MPC. I made every bar to my lyrics, and I made lyrics with the bars. So
no writers, no writers.
Yeah, no, what? Listen, you don't even tell me the correct spell. Don't like at all. Don't tell me how to spell, bro.
There you have it.
Don't tell me how to spell. Anyways, no.
Thank you, everybody,
thank you guys for listening. Love you all. You know what I'm saying? And I do this music. Yeah, it might seem like I do it just for me. I really don't. I do it because it's the calling. It's for all of us.
It's for everybody, yeah.
We're all in this together, bro.
Yeah, man.
If I could turn my tears into diamonds, I would.
There you have it, man.
All right.
Hey, man, I appreciate you being here.
And we're stopping at 420. Bam.
Hey.
So everybody, now you can go ahead and smoke. if you haven't been.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight on Shut Up, Let's Talk. Thank you. A return episode. It's been a long time since we've done a show. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot in these last couple of years, and I've been excited to see where the show continues, and I appreciate you kicking it off with us, my man. That truly means a lot.
I love you, brother. Yeah, I love all my guys.
Too, man.
I love all my guys, bro. Especially you, Alizar, bro.
Thank you, man.
Come on, man.
Man.
Shout out Alizar, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it.
You guys go listen to his music. Seriously.